my friend, it's Pat Sloan here. So buckle up, Buttercup. This is March 1st and I have a lot of stuff to cover today on this wonderful Friday to kick off the first day of March. So I'm going to go ahead and do the pressed flowers first because I didn't get to that yesterday. The other stuff, the tutorial on anyways, so we're here today. So there is what I have so far. Be sure you stay to the end because that's what I'm going to do, block a day, and I have a change to the pattern. So I'm going to explain what the change to the pattern is. So that's going to be the very last thing that we do. So be sure that you stay all the way to there so you hear what it is. And these blocks are from the block of the month pattern that comes, the exclusive pattern that comes with your Sew Sampler boxes. And you can actually buy them separately each month if you want just the pattern. Also, some of these boxes have been for sale after the subscriptions went out. But anyways, we're going to look at what's in here. Yes, we are. And then I'm going to show you my block. You can see the corner of it. So there's always, this is a subscription box, so you can be getting these, you know, every month. There's the Trending Tradition. There's always a coupon on the back. Oh, it's for some basics by Kim Deal. So that's cool. And then they give you another idea for using the fabric that comes in it, because there's always fabric that comes in each box. Give you a little guide that tells you what all the things are. Oh, you saw a peek there of the block. Okay, so here is the jelly roll that comes with this month. Okay, so you never know what's going to come. It could be fabric, it could be a pre-cut. This is Kim Deal's fabric. It's warm and cozy fabric. What else is in here? Some quilting needles. These are wonderful. Look at this beautiful container they come in. Ah, so gorgeous. We have a spool of tan thread, which works, or kind of a caramel color, right? Caramel-y color that goes with this really well. We have, what is this? The, flexible LED craft light. Look at that. Okay, let's open that. What is that? This company makes some really great products. I have some of their other products, so you will definitely love this. Okay, so is this the light? Where is, am I missing a piece? Where is all the parts? Okay, so I've got something in here too. There's the foam that sticks it on. Okay, so I guess it's just this whole light. Okay, I had to figure it out. Took me a second. This actually, I thought this is so slim. Look how slim this is. This is the light. And cover your eyes. I'm going to turn it on there. Whoops. There we go. See it? Look how tiny that is. That is so cool. So I believe you will end up taking this on the end, like here. You'll take this on the end, and then you can maneuver. You know, you will use the Velcro, the double Velcro piece here, and you will put it on the end of your machine. So that is how you will get some extra, let me hold it here. You get some extra light like this. That is very cool. That is very cool. And then if you don't want it sitting there all the time, then it'll just have a piece of Velcro there. And it does come with a charger. So, wow. Okay. Way cool. Way cool. Turning it off now. And then in the box is also the pattern, the exclusive pattern to the box that goes with the jelly roll. And then they link you to a cute table runner with stars that you could use the jelly roll for instead if you didn't want to use this. Now our block for pressed flowers is the Cosmos. Look at that. Look how pretty it is. Okay, so I've got my sleepover fabric. That is what I'm making all of mine in. Here is mine. Look how cool that is. Ah, I have them up here. This is not the setting. We still have one more block and then the setting. And that's how the Fat Quarter Shop does it. They give you the setting at the end. And I can tell you the setting is not fast. I've seen the setting. The setting is spectacular, but you have a little bit of sewing to do for the setting. So you have plenty of time to think about that. So I'll just put the one block up here. There we go. There we go. So you can get a feel. There you can go. You can see them all. You can see them all. Ah, this is going to be such a great spring quilt. You know, I try to keep at least one quilt from each of my fabric lines. I've tried to keep, you know, this might be the one I have to keep from this line because it is looking so good. Okay, we are going to move on. We got to keep moving today. We have lots of stuff. So I am going to go, we're going to go on to the Breakfast Club next. So I need to take all this down. Wait, I forgot. This was sitting right here. Let me do this before I go any further. Several of you pointed out that I have the side border, this side. This side border is flipped. I need to take it off, take the whole side border off because the green should be up towards the corner. So there's green, green, and I have this one. I have to actually, you know, remove this seam here. So I will do that. And I know many of you don't even see that. Many people didn't notice it, but once I didn't notice it, obviously, but I can't leave it. That will just bug me. Bug me. You can tell me in the comments, would it bug you or would you leave it? I am changing it, so you can't convince me otherwise, but I would like to hear what you would do. All right, let me get the other stuff out. Are you ready for the very last block of our Breakfast Club? This has been so exciting, and I want to do a shout out to Ambassador Laura because this was her request, if we could do an applique breakfast-oriented project. And so it's for you, Laura. It's for you. So what do we have? We're going to round out with a muffin. Da, 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 da. I don't know. They were so big. Muffins were breakfast things. Like for me, there was a period of time where that was like the big thing was to have breakfast muffins. It's basically eating cake for breakfast, right? It's just cake. Sounds good to me. Dessert for breakfast. Now you'll notice, one thing you'll notice, and I noticed it too after a while, I was like, I didn't have any fruit. I didn't have a fruit. I could put fruit in your cereal, and I'm gonna make a blueberry muffin because that is my all-time favorite muffin. But back to the fruit. I started thinking, you know, as a kid, we didn't have fruit at breakfast. I don't know why. I don't know whether my mom just, that wasn't her thing, so she didn't give it to us. That's like, it was just never, ever a thing. It took a long time before I started having fruit at breakfast time. We had fruit other times of the day, just not really at breakfast. So, okay, so blueberry muffins. There was a muffin, I don't even know where they were from, but I can visualize it and taste it. But they were, the top had like sort of that, bigger sugar crystals, you know, on it, and that it had got sort of a glaze kind of when it was baked, and so it was a bit crunchy. That was just perfect, just perfect. Okay, so what am I going to use for my muffin? It's 2 pages, or is it 3? No, it's 2 pages, and then I do show you the layout again on the third. Well, if we could get it on the 3rd page, got the layout. So you've got all the muffin parts, and the muffin has a little bit of heart, in the center. Okay, so fabric-wise, I already have my background. All my backgrounds are the same, and I was deliriously happy to go in my blue bin and find blueberry fabrics. I am sure that one of our friends here sent this to me because I don't remember buying blueberry fabric. Either that or it's super, super old, because I know this is Cranston Works here, and this is much older fabric. I don't know if this is also Cranston, but okay, so I have a light or a dark blueberry. Now the light blueberry is cute on here, but the dark blueberry really shows up. So I'm gonna go with the dark. And then you will see, okay, I'm gonna do this for the heart. But wait, I gotta show you the cupcake paper. So one of our ambassadors, when I show you their blocks, used a stripe. So I thought, well, what about a pink stripe to bring some of the pink and red down to that corner? You know, I already have the red gingham for the sashing, so I really got plenty of red. But I thought, well, maybe I'd bring that down there. But this is not doing it. This is one of my fabric lines, but this is not doing it. So I searched around because I thought, well, maybe brown. You know, that's the way brown. So I thought, there's a good cupcake paper, and and I'm going to do the face. I'm going to do the heart with this pink. Going to bring the pink on here, and that's where the little face will go. So I'm just going to go ahead and make mine, and we can see what it looks like. I'm going to fussy cut this because I don't want to have to compete with the flowers for the face. So I just want to put those off to the side a little bit, and I can kind of rotate it. I don't have to be on grain or anything. So there's kind of cute where I have some up here and some down there. So that's what I'll do. This one is Robert Kaufman Fruit Basket, which maybe that one's still available somewhere. I think this is directional somewhat. I mean, there are branches, so it's like some branches are down. You know, they seem to be like a lot of the branches down. So that means I think I want them that way on my fussy cutting. And so I'll flip that over that way. I've got the muffin top. There we go. The muffin top is there, so these branches are down. And if you didn't want those branches, you could definitely, you know, maneuver it to have less branches. But that's kind of cool. There we go. I think I'll do that. Thread colors. Pink, tan, and black for the blueberries. So for the embroidery, I have 2 strands of floss, and I am just going to do French knots where the eyes are. And if you want like really good French knot up close, you know, somebody just purposely teaching you that, do a YouTube search. I do 3 spins around my needle, slide it down to the point, and then just, you know, just locking those 3 stitches. Those 3 loops around the needle is the knot. That's my French knot. And then I generally will tie it off at the back again with another, you know, keep that there. For the mouth, I do a little smile. I do a stem stitch, so I'm just taking the needle up, at least that's what I call it, taking the needle up, and I make a stitch backwards, and then I come forward of that stitch just a little bit. They're like, you know, less than 1/4 of an inch, maybe bigger, a little bit bigger than 1/8 of an inch, and then I come past it so that the next stitch is like to the side of the first one. So it's to the side each time, not to the end of it. I just feel like it lays a little nicer for me, and then I will go around and finish the little smile. Look how cute this little blueberry muffin is. Look at that. Let's see how it looks with everybody else. Okay. I also put the patch up there that our ambassador Kathy sent everybody, the donut patch. That has to go in the back for sure. Okay, there we go. There we are, all mine together. All right, let me get the other camera. So much fun. I had to put the donut front and center. Front and center. This was just so much fun. I guess I could have made my coffee mug bigger. We're looking down. We're looking out at the well, I made it tea because I just wanted to do a memory of my mom always having tea. And this is a little light. This is like an up close and personal block because I'm not redoing it. In the scheme of things, I probably would, but in person you can see it, so you know that'll work for me. And I did get all of these cute little figures out of the fabric that one of our friends sent. Look at them. Look at them. They're just so perfect in there. All right, so for next week, I'm going to try to quilt this. That's a big statement. I'm going to try. We'll see. That'd be really fun if I got it finished for next week. But we want to be sure next week we're going to wrap up, so you want to get all of yours together. Now let's go look a few of your cereal blocks and a couple of our ambassadors' muffins. We start off with Bonnie's Happy Bowl of Cereal. Love those eyes. And she made hers a little deeper. It looks like it could show off the fabric that she had there, the cereal fabric. Cute. Sin has a darling, darling bowl. Look at the handle of her spoon. I love it. And she does have little black buttons and a mouth on there, but they're in black, so they're secretive. And then here are all her blocks together with that beautiful border, that beautiful sashing, that sashing with the rickrack. Love that. Elaine's happy bowl of cereal. I love. Looks like fruit puffs or something, right? Like, what are those called? I can't think of the name, but puffs, something puffs. Here's Heather's, and she always has a story. This is the Scottish porridge oats. There you go. There you go. Her whole quilt is amazing. We can't wait to see it all. Judy. All of her blocks together. Love that red and black. Super, super, super. She got a bite out of her donut. So darling. have Kathleen's. Look at the fabric behind the coffee cup. And she has a red bowl with some strawberries on top. Just perfect. Martha's showing us her bowl here on the bottom and some of her blocks at the top. Oh, she's got that sunflower fabric for this sashing. It's going to be so good. Here is Melissa. Not our ambassador Melissa, different Melissa. And she has an orange bowl, and you can see berries in the four corners. So wait, here's it all together. There's the berries. Oh, looks so good. That gingham, love gingham, love, love, love. Michelle with her happy orange bowl of cereal on that black background. That looks really good. MT's bowl is super cute. Love the gold, like golden flakes or something, right? For the cereal. That looks so good too. Nancy's made her bowl just a little bit different, and it's on a little napkin or something. So fun. I love when you do something a little bit creative. Patsy's all on blue with the yellow corners. That just looks so great. Two more. We have Sarah's, and she has corn chip fabric, but she did it to look like cereal because it's got that same kind of coloration. So fun. And Vicky's. Here's Vicky. She's got a happy little face on there, and she plopped some blueberries on top. Just perfect. Our ambassador blocks, we have Ambassador Melissa with her cute little googly eyes and her fabulous coffee fabric. And there you get a peek. She's showed you the cornerstones now. I don't know that you've seen what color she was using up until now. And Suzanne, a striped muffin bottom. I love that. And looks like blueberries. Doesn't look like blueberries. I think I have that fabric that you use, Suzanne. Okay, everybody, thank you so much for sharing your Breakfast Club blocks. I can't wait to see what your muffin block looks like. And then next week, we will all look at the blocks together. Okay, let's go. Thank you for sharing your Breakfast Club blocks. They are amazing. Keep sharing them. Keep looking over at Quilt Along with Pat Sloan at Facebook because there's always more. All right, we're going on to Moonbeams. Moonbeams is the quilt along for Make-A-Wish. It is hosted by the Fat Quarter Shop. Kimberly and Kevin Jolly pick Make-A-Wish as their main fundraiser for the year. They raise funds and give those children many wishes based on your contributions, their contributions as a family. Moda Fabrics contributes as well. And so it's a wonderful way to do a fundraiser. I've been working with them and donating my quilt at the end since the very beginning. Now you can see it's a very symmetrical quilt. There's a repeats of the block, and it comes out once a month comes one of the blocks, and then you'll make more than one of them. So let me show you mine. The Bluebird of Happiness. That is what I'm making. These are big blocks. Okay, so I am doing the Bluebird of Happiness with my drawing room fabric. So look at them. This is going to be so great. I wanted to do mostly blue with little pops of red, and I'm putting it on this dove gray. That is the blossom fabric from my friend Christopher Thompson. So isn't that wonderful? Okay, so I'm very excited about this. Each month I will share my block. Now, if you want a tutorial and stuff like that, you go over to the Fat Quarter Shop, and they will be doing all of that. I'm just going to be showing you my blocks. I'm going to make them a bit of a mystery. I'm not going to show you, in advance any of this stuff. Just each month on the first Friday, I will show you my blocks for Make-A-Wish. And my quilt will be auctioned or raffled, however they do it this year, but it will go to raise more funds. All right, now we're going to go to block a day, and I have that changed to the pattern. So you want to listen up, and we're going to get started. So March block a day, the pattern has a correction, and you are going to want to print off the change. This picture here, I just want you to show, you see where the green blocks are? What happened was I made an error, and I called the green a stripe, and it wasn't on a certain page, which then made some errors in some of the other number that you count, things that you count. And I don't know, I didn't catch it. I made the corrections, not catching why there was corrections with my editor. And anyways, I didn't verify it deep enough. So now we're fixing it. And I added green and gray to a couple spots. So let me just show you, just so that you understand. This page here, these blocks are the ones that have the green on them. The lights are where the green fabric goes, and like here it's all green. And the reason why they're set up like this is so that all these rectangles kind of go the same way when you actually put them in the quilt. And so this page had the stripe, and that made a cascading effect to some of the other, to the pages before it. And this one I added stripe and gray because this is the block that has the stripe. And then there was some cutting directions here because, of course, there was less stripes needed and more green needed. So those corrections are there. And then I added the word up here, green and gray, because you're probably not using green and gray. And so, but I put them in there for reference to the original quilt. So I'm using Paradise Park plus a couple other things. I'm going to be using this Morrison Park of mine stripe, and then this polka dot that I found that's red, white, and blue. So let me show you my makeup of the blocks. And the first, the block that has the polka dots, where you have the green, this is what I'm using for green, is this darkest navy. And then I will be using this blue to go with it, the light blue from Paradise Park. So those two. And for the block that has a center, I will go for blues. I have all these blues from Paradise Park. I will use for a center. So like this big floral would be a center. And then I would have the edges of it, and then use the stripe for the stripe. And so that will go here. So I'm going to make this block first, and I think I'm going to make one of these as well so you can see each one, since I have to keep up. So I'm going to make one of each, and I'll show them to you. Before I sew it, here is block A. So this center will, and the reds will change. The reds will change and the centers will change. So those will be all a little bit different. The stripes will stay in the same place. On the B block, this is B number 3. B number 3, because if I work like that, I am able to start sewing. And once I made 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks, I can sew this whole corner together. And I can work like that down the whole thing, and it'll be awesome. It'll be awesome, so that as I'm working through the blocks, I'm actually setting the quilt. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm not going to worry about placement so much. I'll put them up on the wall each time, but okay. Now I did mark, and you might want to do this too. I did mark, like this one is all green, and so that light color for me is this dark blue. That's where the green is in the quilt, and the gray is my light blue. And so that way I can be sure I have everything, so these rectangles will go the direction that I want. All right, I'm going to sew them. Here is block A, and whoop, here is block B. So there they are. And in another few days, early next week, I will have more of the blocks made, and I'll put them up on the wall with the side triangles and talk about all that. And so that way, if you also want to be setting yours as you go along, so that by the end of the March, that we pretty much have the quilt done, that would be fantastic. I also, another tip you might want to do, I did write just a little color thing on each one of these, so that when I look at it, I don't get messed up thinking it's the wrong color, you know. So I put the color placement there. That just works for my brain. All right, my friend, this is the end of this flight. You can unbuckle your seatbelt. Buckle up, Buttercup. Yeah, that's a whirlwind of today. I can't even recap. You'll just have to watch it again. But remember, Moonbeam starts the birds of paradise, the little blue birds today. Okay, my friend, make some muffins, do all the things, and I'll see you Monday. I love you. Mwah. Thank you for being here on the Sloan Zone. I will see you online.